It's the morning of the match day at Pride Park, but like father, like son, Nigel is with the youngsters at the academy.
When we were growing up, you know, on a Saturday morning, it was my dad used to go and watch the youth team at Forest before the first team game down at the university or wherever they were playing. And Trevor Francis made his debut on a Saturday morning.
Really?
Yeah, down at the university or somewhere in Nottingham.
Unbeaten in 8. Make sure we keep this going to the end of the season. We've talked about it all week. Go and put on a show in front of everybody today at home.
Darren Wassell played under Brian and with Nigel at Nottingham Forest, and 4 years ago came with Nigel as Derby's academy boss.
We're operating on a budget that we can't compete financially with the Cardiffs and the Blackburns and the Forests, and so we have to try and do it another way. Everybody at the football club wants to be in the Premier League. It may take a bit longer, but it will certainly be a lot more satisfying when we do get there, and everybody's convinced here that we will.
Their academy has a growing reputation as one of the best in the country, but the problem for Nigel is, in the Championship, Derby are heading for another mid-table finish, and not all fans are patient.
Points, ultimately, is where you'll be judged. But if we just look a little bit beyond that, you know, to get Will Hughes and Jeff Hendrick and people like that coming into the team, big assets for the club, as well as the team on a Saturday afternoon.
His passion for building youth is already reaping rewards. Will Hughes joined the academy at 13 and is now catching the eye of the Premier League, reportedly worth £7 to £10 million. He turned 18 this week and has already made 35 first-team starts this season.
How inspiring is it for you as a young player to see a real pathway to the first team?
Yeah, it's really a family environment, and you can tell by the players that have come through, likes of Jeff, Obi, Borley, who's on loan at Coventry, Mason, myself. There's good work going on behind the scenes, and it's not just coincidence that people are coming through.
Well, there are 3 products of the Youth Academy in the Derby County squad today. One of them in the first 11, and they're going to have to be at their energetic best because the Rams are not safe from relegation just yet.
At Pride Park, they've made great progress this season with one of the best home records in the division. It was clear from a commanding first half this would be their 11th win here this campaign.
And Craig Bryson on the end of a move that started with Jamie Ward in midfield.
In the second half, 2 quick goals put the game beyond doubt.
Can he lay the ball off? Martin shoots on the turn and finds the bottom corner. Ward chips it to the near post, flicked on by Forsyth over the top of the keeper. Man arriving is Keogh, and Keogh has put Derby 3 up. Game over.
With 28 minutes to go, goalkeeper Frank Fielding was sent off.
Red card is shown to Frank Fielding.
And Peterborough scored the resulting penalty.
McCann strikes it, he scores.
But Derby were always in charge.
So Derby are safe for another season. Their young guns have played a huge part, and now the chief executive is promising Nigel Clough 6 more players in the summer.
We've got young players that I think the envy of the country, but also I think we do need some more senior players, a bit more experience. But I honestly believe this, we're really not very far away, and I think if we can get the right players in the summer, I think we'll have a very exciting team at Derby beginning next season.
You know, there is so much to admire about the way Derby have gone about their business. 9 academy products have played first-team football, 6 at Derby, 3 elsewhere on loan. But there's no doubt that, I suppose, the patience of the fans is wearing thinner by the season.
Yeah, the fans have got to buy into what Nigel's trying to do. And what he's trying to do is bring the youth in, reduce the wage bill, which obviously some of the fans might want instant success, especially when you consider down the A52. The investment, what Forest have got, Leicester, and that brings its own problems. But he's doing a good job with the budget that he has.
Yeah, and you speak to a lot of Derby fans.
Yeah.
So you kind of know what the general consensus is.
Yeah, obviously a lot of the fans want, you know, you go back to the European Cup winning days, and obviously they've been spoiled over the years with success, and they want that back.
Yeah, Froggy, we were talking about it while we were watching that piece. I mean, they are very much like the crew of the Championship with the way they've developed their academy.
Well, they really are. I mean, the ethos of the academy is to play football. They like to get the ball down and play attractive football. But if you look at the FA youth team this year, sorry, the Derby youth team this year, they've got to the quarterfinals of the FA Youth Cup, where they were beaten by a very powerful Chelsea side. They beat Man City along the way. So it just shows you how strong they are at academy level. They've got good people working there. Obviously, you've seen Darren Wassell, Johnny Method's there. So they've got a really strong backroom staff bringing the kids through.
But we are hearing signs that, you know, they will hopefully kick on for next season, because that's what the Rams fans ultimately desire, isn't it? Because Sam Rush has come in, the new chief executive. We saw Sean Barker, the captain, here not that long ago, saying just to invest a bit more in experience, and, you know, hopefully that's just a key missing ingredient.
Yeah, well, you've seen he's been saying there's another 5 or 6 players coming in. To what value is going to be of interest to the fans, because they want to obviously get back up there and competing at the top level. Well, the top 6. I think the last few finishes have been mid-table, haven't they?
Mid to lower, yeah.
And this is the problem, John. You know for well, the football fans, I think they've been incredibly patient, but they haven't really tested the playoffs. They've not even been close to getting in the playoffs, and I think
so. Next year's a big one.
Next year's a big one, because I think the fans will start demanding from next term.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.